This is my own personal opinion, but definitely, I don't think Candy Gal is a favorite of Andy's. I don't know why. But I think I'm sure he respects and values what she brings to the show, but I don't think he's particularly in love with her. Like he is Giselle.
No.
I think Andy likes Ashley a lot more.
You
Miss
do?
Starkey. I do. I mean, I don't know.
I think he likes Jizzy Jiz and the Grand Dame. I think those are his favorites on that show.
I think far and away they are. And I've heard from housewives that will go unnamed, but I have heard from housewives that like they'll be in the room with Andy and like he will have nothing to do with certain housewives. It's like they're wallpaper to him and he's into some of the other housewives more. And then basically I've heard in general, he's not that into women anyway. So like once a guy comes in the room, he's like gone. Like, which I mean, I
will agree with all of that. I will. I mean, he'll like backstage at BravoCon in the green room. I mean, he just is on the fours for that Erica Jane. Like he loves the Erica. He loves Rinna. People could say they want these people fired, bad people. It doesn't matter. He loves Erica, loves Rinna. Well, let's just boil it down. Andy is horny more than he is a professional, and he's a snob second to that. And I don't mean any shade by that. It's just true. Like in the world of snobbery, Rinna is higher on his snobbery level. He loves Rinna. So I mean, I agree with the people on this.
All right. I don't think you're getting hired now by Radio Andy.
But I'm saying it in such a positive way. I mean, who isn't horny and who, True. I mean, I have a thing for Rinna, Melrose Place, dude. But
I love Rinna. I love Rinna so much.
But I love Candy Gal too.
I get it. Everybody like analyzes everything about these shows so much. I mean, to me, it's like, it was just a different time and place with the Rinna interview than it was at the reunion with Candy. I mean, Candy's tweets, and I'm the biggest Candy Gal fan there is, but Candy Gal's tweets on season and off season have fueled that show. I mean, Rinna's recently have stirred the pot, but I mean, I can't tell you anything about Rinna's tweets from 2 years ago. Now, Candy Gal, I mean, the day that Ashley Darby was giving birth to her second child is when we know she posted that one about basically, her allegedly being a concubine and laying on her back. And like, I mean, just, that was the day the woman gave birth. I mean, there is a little bit of like a different context. Like, I don't think Andy has to be tit for tat for every single person and situation. I mean, that's kind of how I took it. I think, again, Potomac, I think Candy Gal has brought that franchise up immensely. But I mean, Candy's going to have a hot take, and Candy goes after the audience. She doesn't give a shit, which I think it's fine, but I do think it's a little bit different. Like we've only kind of seen this in Rinna like recently. So I don't know why people are like, oh, the holding.
People just don't like Lisa Rinna, period. They don't like her. They don't like Erica. And listen, I get it. I mean, I say I'm such a Rinna stan, but I get why people can't stand Lisa Rinna. I really do get it. But her and Kyle and EJ are not going to be fired. It's a waste of our energy to even put that out there. It's not going to happen. Interesting. Yeah. People are like, Rinna has no storyline. It doesn't matter. She's one of those, I mean, she has said a lot of other things. She has the Rinna Rita and the Rinna Rose. She said recently she understands maybe she was too harsh on LVP because LVP was like mourning the loss of her brother that season. And now that she's lost Lois, she understands loss better. All right, they're not going to become best friends. She was talking about Denise's, you sent me something about Denise's OnlyFans. Rinna has an opinion.
Andy asked Rinna, and I feel like this was a true take from Rinna, what she thought of Denise's OnlyFans. And Rinna was like, get your coins. I'm the biggest proponent of everybody getting your coins. And, she took a little bit of a dig at Denise, saying, I think Denise will make more money on OnlyFans than she did on the show. And he was like, yeah, I do too. And, Rinna was like, serve them what they want. And Rinna was like, look, I've been putting bikini pictures of myself for free on my Instagram for years. And,
Listen, I think
Get your money.
get your money and like, listen, I'm a gay man, but I can tell you, I believe that straight men, when the lights go down, would rather, should I be crude for a minute?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Please, bring them in.
They would rather fuck Denise Richards than Lisa Rinna. Like, let me tell you, I don't know if anyone's really watching Denise's OnlyFans in an Instagram. Denise will post a picture that is so hot. I am even getting turned on. And she'll be like, today, one day only, I'll be answering your DMs twice. You know where to go, guys. And she doesn't say exactly that, but pretty much. And she is just, and I'm like, I mean, wait a second. Is this the same woman that was like, I think I underestimated how hot Denise was and what an icon we had on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when she was on it. I never liked her the first season. Second season I did when the whole world turned against her, led by Rinna. But like, you have to see Denise's daughter joining OnlyFans, which caused her to join, is the smartest, is like the best thing that's ever happened to her. Because I guarantee you that girl has blown like a Larsa Pippen away. Like her posts are so sexy.
Did you see, I know you did, because you and I texted about it, the recreation of the wild things. Their pool scene that she, of course, originally did with
Nev Campbell.
She recreated with the porn star. And I'm just like, that's so genius.
This is what I mean. I mean, like, Denise, you should have just pulled your husband aside, had a conversation, and stood up and said, I fucked Brandy Glanville. Because let me tell you, that would sell more OnlyFans tickets right now. Like, Denise with some girl on girl would like literally that would pay for her like for the rest of her life. No, Denise is fucking hot. So I'm glad that Rinna approves of Denise's OnlyFans. Listen, Denise just stepped in it. It's the best thing that's ever happened to her. But what about Lala Kent and 50 Cent?
What did you think of that? I mean, you follow them more than I do. Okay, obviously this picture, it seemed like, people made a huge deal about this photo. I don't know. To me, maybe they ran into each other. They saw each other. Obviously, Lala, they were beefing back in the day when Randall took $1 million loan from 50 Cent. Then he was apparently very slow in paying it back. So 50 Cent blew him up online using a picture of Lala. And then eventually 50 Cent got his money. But what did you think? I mean, I just didn't think it was like that big of a deal. I don't know. Did you? I mean, like, I didn't think they had great like body chemistry because people were like, they're together. Is she sleeping with him? I'm like, to me, it did not seem like he almost seemed like he was trying to get out of the photo.
First of all, Lala and 50 Cent sleeping together. What is with me today? I mean, maybe I'm in the mood. That would be so fucking hot. I think that would be a hot couple. She was on the set of his Skill House horror movie. She was in the row and she was great. I support Lala and anything she does. Maybe she's in the movie. That's what people are saying.
Yeah.
Look, do I think it's a little fuck you to Randall? Sure. I mean, Randall and Fofty had their issues and Randall didn't pay him allegedly. It really had nothing to do with Lala. She just kind of got caught in the middle. So look, I think maybe she's in the movie. Why not just post a picture? It's a little bit of a fuck you to Randall, right? Like Lala never allegedly owed him money. That was Randall. So I think it's like twofold. I'm just totally here for it because I love me some Fofty. I talked to Randall about it when he was here. I love 50 Cent and I love Lala. So I was all about it. All about it.
All right. Okay.
Anything else before we leave that you want to cover?
Let me see. Was there any?
Well, the only last thing would be the RHOM stuff with going on with Lisa and Lenny and their divorce.
Okay, what's your take on that, by the way?
I mean, here's my take. I mean, I know things because I know lots of the RHOM. They were never supposed to be together, right? Like he never was into her. It's pretty obvious if you watch seasons 1 through 3 back in the day. Season 4, he wasn't really into her. I think this is the best thing that ever happened to Lisa. Neither of them, I mean, she doesn't seem so heartbroken about the divorce. I think it's going to be ugly. I think his new girlfriend is like, her just a little bit younger. He obviously has a type, right?
Totally. Totally.
Like they look alike, listen, no offense to Lisa, but maybe a little BBL, fake tits, some lips. I'm not criticizing, honey, you think this face isn't shot full of shit? I can't move my face for all the money in the world. No criticism. But, he says she's spending all the money. Listen, I don't really,